What's up, world? It's your boy AJ, the Black World Traveler. Early this morning, and today, man, I got a nice little thing to talk about the Passport Bros, because I've been a traveler for over 33 years. I've been traveling overseas to Asia and Australia, and a lot of the places where the Passport Bro movement has gotten pretty big. It's mostly reflected on black men, because white men been doing this for centuries, especially like European white guys. They've been traveling over to these places for years, and there are some men just like going to certain places where there's a lot of hookers. I don't know why it's like that, but I'm strictly going to talk about the movement of the brothers, and I'm going to just kind of keep some game what's going on. So if you are any man, no matter you black, white, Asian, whatever, you're going to find companionship, and I'm going to give you some game on what I know about the travels over there. Now, of recent times, you see a lot of Americans that's gone over to Thailand. I know some brothers went there, opened the nightclubs, they got restaurants. They understand from how the older men, came, over to Asia, and they brought women back. Some of the women were loyal, some of them, end up changing when they get to America. It just happens. It's based on a woman, but what I've noticed is that in the Passport Bro movement, no matter what color the men are, you see these men going to the same places. Now, I think on a black man's behalf, if you're a brother trying to really get you a solid woman, don't go to the circles. If you go to those circles, I'm gonna tell you what the circles are. How you see all the the YouTubers and everybody, they all go to the same places. They kind of built that community where they're like it's kind of like expats, for like black men dating. But what I'm noticing is that a lot of them are going to they go to Pattaya, they go to these places like Bangkok or whatever, but they're all going to the same location. So these dudes will see these dudes online, and they say, oh yeah, they over in Thailand, so they'll go to Thailand to the same places. Now what you got to understand about when you go to these places like that, there are certain kind of women that only come around because they like black men, or they like white men, or they like just Americans in general. But a lot of the Passport Bros are going to the same places. I'm seeing it in Colombia. I'm seeing it in Brazil. I saw it in Brazil back in the days. I'm seeing a lot of it in Thailand now. Like Thailand's a hot spot where a lot of Passport Bros are going, and so brothers are seeing the videos and they're going there. They're doing it, and it's cool to see the brothers. They're doing the boat parties and all that. But you got to understand about the women, and this is where a lot of them are going wrong. If you're looking for a companion, if you go through those circles and you notice, you'll see these videos, you'll see like the brothers on the boats and they partying, they having a good time. And then you see these Thai girls, they tan skin, they look thick, and they partying, and it looks dope. You see brothers actually doing this, because you never seen brothers do this. Brothers actually relocating to these places, which is pretty cool. The problem is that you starting to see, I watched like Travel Time with Paul, and he's giving it real about how the women are there, how they're, you got to watch out for how they are. But the reason why they're that way, because there are certain women over there that only go to certain crowds. Like a lot of these, churches, these chicks are ghetto, because the things they going through ghetto stuff overseas. I mean, Austin Harlem was over there, Travel Time with Paul, Richie, the dude that's Zoom to Thailand. All these dudes, they either ex-military or they just basically civilians who actually heard about it. Traversity, he has a good channel. He shows about traveling, but a thing about it, when you see these parties and they get together, a lot of them, you see a lot of the women, and they look more like hood chicks. And I'm just being real, man. Some of these chicks look like hood chicks, and it's like there's a lot of different women out there. But there's only certain women that come around those crowds because they like being around black men. And a lot of them girls, to me personally, I saw it, it's kind of reminded me of when I was in the military back in the days. In the military base, there were dudes that only hung in military bases. I was always opposite. I always went the opposite of the crowd. Even when we went to Thailand in 1990, when I first went to Thailand, I was 18 years old. And I went to Thailand, there's always a nightclub for the brothers to go because they had like, you know, the bars where white guys would go to. They play country music or rock music. Then you had the crowd where you had the strip clubs. You know, you had the nightclubs where, you know, they had play hip hop. I would never go to those areas. I would always go away from the Navy guys. I didn't hang with none of the Navy guys. Because most Navy guys like hoes. I ain't gonna lie, man. You go to the average country, the average guy, because some guys ain't got game, so they'll go to the strip club, they'll go to the whole houses, they'll do all that. I ain't gonna lie, when I was 18 years old, man, I was 18. The first time I went overseas to Thailand, I went to a massage parlor. I was 18, you know, I wanted to try it out. I really wasn't feeling it. It seemed like the girl that was in there, like she was forced to do it. I didn't like that feeling. And I had this beautiful girl, and I went to this, you know, to this massage parlor. And, you know, I'm 18 years old, so I'm trying this out, but I felt bad for her because I could tell that she didn't really want to do this. So I just stopped. I had to stop between the sex. I can't do this. She was like, oh, it hurts. And, you know, I'm 18 years old, so I was trying it, but it just wasn't the business. And so I never really liked being in they knew me going to the brothels and all that wasn't for me, so I just didn't do it. So I stayed away from that. So I always try to find out, I wanted to learn about, so I would go to all by myself. So I met, you know, I met like a couple that owned a restaurant, sitting there, it was like hardly nobody there, but I sat there with them, had dinner with them. You know, I would go away from the sailors and go kind of out of the area to get away from the sailors. I've always done that. And even on the bases, bro, when you go to a lot of the base places, when we were in the military back in Japan, and, you know, you go to Korea, all them places, there's always a certain women that circulate in those crowds. And they're usually the women that come around just for black men, and then they went a white guy, they would go to the rock, you know, to the rock pubs or whatever. But there were a certain amount of women in every country that always go for foreign men. The problem is that a lot of times these girls are circulating. So she might have a boyfriend, she dating. You know, I ain't gonna lie, man, some of the young brothers will kind of just, you know, date the chick just to have a chick while he's there, and then he'll come into the States and forget all about it. Because some people just call, you know, or they just call it the world, where when you lived in, you know, in Asia or you traveled to Asia, it was just to go there, have some fun, get laid, and then you move on. So now you're seeing the passport bro movement where they're talking about how women in America are not submissive and they're not obedient, they're not this and that. But why these dudes are all going to the hooker? They're going to these girls, the 304 chicks. And that's all I see in these videos. These chicks are ghetto. You hear about these stories how these girls is, you know, fighting with dudes. That's the same thing you're dealing with. It's worse than here when you go in there dealing with females like that. It doesn't make any sense. Why would you go all the way across the world and deal with another ghetto broad? Bro, if you want to get a nice woman that's wholesome, get away from that area where you always got to get out of the area all the drama is. If you want a good woman, you don't hang around in those circles. See, now you got where brothers are actually planted. You know, Americans in general are over there with clubs and restaurants and hotels, and they living their life in Thailand, they doing that, and it's cool, do your thing. But if you're looking for a wholesome woman, if you go to those circles, be careful, because that's what circulates. It's always been like that. You know, it was like that in the military when I was in there, and I see it's like that now, where you're seeing these brothers talking about, oh yeah, I'm over here in Thailand, I'm chilling. You know, brothers are watching these YouTubers, and then they get with them and hook up with them and go over there and in the same circle. So now you got all these brothers that's going to these clubs and they're hanging out. Same thing as Medellin, Colombia. You see it happening there now, where the brothers are going to these clubs and hanging out, but they're hanging with these women in these clubs. And these women are not, they're just there for the moment. And bro, if you're looking for a real woman to just settle down with or hang with, those aren't the spots, bro. I go, bro. I went to Colombia twice. I have not been on a date. I don't want to do, I'm not looking for a prostitute. I don't even like strip clubs. You know, and I went to the club when I went there to Thailand, I went to Colombia with my homeboys earlier this year. We went down there. Bro, I just wasn't feeling it. We went to one of the clubs. It was some kind of club where you could, all the chicks in there, and you could pick a chick out and you could take her in the back, have sex. Dude, that ain't my thing. I've never been on no stuff like that. I'm too much of an intimate person to be just laying down with a woman that I know and she's a prostitute. I mean, when I first went to Colombia, to Medellin, Colombia, I was taking a vacation. I saw about it on It was Passport Heavy's video about Thailand, and then he had a video about Colombia. And I was like, you know, I've been to Thailand, but I've never been to Colombia. And so I wanted to try it out, and I did. I mean, I like Medellin. I like the food, I like the people, but it's a lot of brothers over there. You see a lot of brothers. I went this year compared to 2018. It was a whole lot of brothers from the U.S., bro. And they were in droves, bro. But when you go to these clubs and in the streets, you see them out there. But I didn't like Parquilletas, where all the clubs were. I went to Parquilletas. I was not feeling it, bro. I just don't like being around. I don't like strip clubs here. I don't like prostitutes here. And I'm not gonna go overseas and do the same thing, man. It's kind of like you kind of setting yourself a failure if you're going over trying to find a spouse. There are good women everywhere. If you're not really feeling the American women here, don't go to those places where they're all going, because they're going to the same crowd. All these dudes are going to the same places, and then you see their videos, you start seeing the same girls. Some dudes will take a girl that's already out there doing that, and they'll get with them and start dating that girl. That's cool. If that's what you like to do, that's cool. The thing is, there are other women that are not in those areas. You got to get out of those areas, because if you're in those circles, those women are strictly there to either get money, to either, you know, get with an American dude just to get with him, you know. And they're cliques. A lot of these women that are in those cliques are the women that their own men won't even date. I'm just keeping it a buck with you. A lot, especially like in Thailand, and you know, for sure. And you know, it's funny, when back in the days when we were going to Asia, when I lived in Asia, the two places where men were always skeptical of getting a girlfriend was the Philippines and Thailand. And the reason why the Philippines and Thailand were two places where a lot of, you know, men who really wanted a real partner, somebody they really could, you know, get down with, they would like, because a lot of the girls, they would go to the places where the girls, you know, went to the clubs. These dudes would marry girls right out the strip club, bro. Oh, she's beautiful. They'll marry her. She's beautiful and everything, but she's already a street chick. So that's like going to Compton and going on Long Beach Boulevard and then getting you a prostitute and turn her into a wife. These dudes are going over here, and that's all you see them with. They with these girls with tattoos on their legs, and you know, they big butts. They fine, but these chicks are all being circulated. You can see it, bro. You hear about it. I mean, and Travel with Paul, man, I get about Travel with Paul. He's telling the real about, you know, how these girls are. But these girls is all you're in the same circle. So when you go to Thailand, don't hang in them places. If you're looking for a real woman, those are the places to hang. You can just stay right here and deal with the shit you're dealing with right here. If you're gonna go all the way across the water to deal with ghetto women in Thailand, ghetto women in the Philippines, because they're ghetto. There's some ghetto ass women over there, bro. They want to be ghetto. These chicks are like really, you know, that's why they're around brothers. They got their hair braided like sisters. They doing all that because they idolize black culture. I'll just keep it a buck, man. I lived in Japan, bro. And in Japan, they have a thing called black style, where the Japanese girls, their skin's brown. They get their hair dreaded. They used to wear like you know how the black girls had their hairstyle. They were Japanese girls that wear their hair the same way, or they dress a certain way, or they were built a certain way, and they would go to the black places where black men were, and that's how a lot of them would meet black dudes. The problem is that sometimes these brothers they're young, so they just trying to get some, so they'll hang with them. Some of them didn't marry them, you know. But you find a good girl, there's good women everywhere. The thing is that if you're gonna go all the way across the world, do not go into these cliques and get caught up. Because if you get a ghetto chick, bro, it don't matter where she's from, bro. If you go to any hostro in America, and then you go to Thailand and you see these girls in these circles, you see the same thing. Like when you go into like now, the way it is now, you go there, there's prostitutes a lot. They got Russians over there, they got Africans over there, they got, you know, Vietnamese. They come, all these different women come to Thailand because they know it's a spot. But a lot of these girls are prostitutes. And if you're getting a girl off the street, understand, if you're just going there just to smash, then that's it, you know. But if you're really trying to get a spouse or somebody you can ride with, man, don't go in those cliques and circles and expect that to happen. Because these women, they're cliquish women. They're groupies. And if you marry a groupie, you know what comes with it, bro. I mean, bro, Travel with Paul is funny because I watch his videos and he be talking about how, a girl was, the dude had a whole girl and he leaves and she's with another dude. I seen it all the time happen in the Philippines. I seen it happen on a military basis where these dudes are marry these girls out of the clubs and then marry them and then they're on the base. You see the same girl that was in the nightclub in the Philippines, now she's on the base because now she came up. She got a dude and she's still the same way. She's a street chick. She ain't worried about being loyal. She's arrogant because she's like, shit, I got a dude that taking care of me, and then she gonna date the guy that she think is cute. When that dude leave, she gonna have a whole nother man. And I'm just, I don't know, man. I don't like swapping like that. I don't want to be screwing behind another dude, So, if y'all like this video, man, please like, share, subscribe. And this is for your boys out there, the Passport Bros. Just have your eyes open, man. Understand, if you're trying to get a solid woman, no matter what color you are, if you hang in these cliques and you hang around these women who are trying to be Americanized, a lot of times, just understand, a lot of the Thai men don't want them. And if you get them and you see the circle they're in, understand what comes with that. So, it's your boy AJ, Black World Traveler. I am out.